and survivors united with justice against terrorism. Her husband Tom was in the World Trade Center, one of the 2,996 innocent people killed on September 11th. She joins us now from New York. Terry, thank you for being with us. These comments that we're hearing now from John Lehman, the former 9/11 commissioner, that lower-level Saudi officials were involved in the attack. Do you think now, slowly, that the truth is actually coming out?
It's amazing that it's taken this long for the truth to finally come out. But yes, the fact that the Saudis were involved in the attacks of 9/11, it certainly seems to be the truth, and that is what we've been fighting for 15 years now.
Lehman also goes on to say the role of these lower-level Saudi officials, it was never fully investigated at the time, but he says it should be now. Shouldn't their role have been investigated 14 years ago?
I certainly think it should have been fully investigated 14 years ago. The commission itself didn't have the resources or the time to continue with their investigation, but there was enough there that absolutely we should have been continuing with the investigation, or we should be reopening it now and looking into these facts now.
I mean, do you buy that excuse that the commission didn't have the resources all the time to look into this? I mean, that just seems, for what such a tragic and monumental event 9/11 was, you would think that no expense would be spared to find out exactly how all this went down.
That's exactly what we would have expected, but that's not what happened. It seems like at every turn, the Saudis' role was hushed, and it was always, we're not going to continue with this investigation. We're just going to end it right here. And worse than that, we're going to classify what we do know, what little bit we could tell the public. So it's just been a very, very painful, long 15 years fighting for the truth and accountability for the murder of our loved ones. And, we are getting tired of it, but we're not going to stop.
You mentioned the classified pages, 28 pages, which, the government has never released. The Obama administration is reportedly moving closer to releasing at least some of those pages. What is holding them back?
I have no idea what's holding them back, and some of those pages is not satisfactory. We want all 28 pages. If you need to redact a name to protect somebody that is no longer, under investigation or has been cleared, that's fine, but do not give us only part of the 28 pages. We want all 28 pages, and we want all of the rest of what the investigation into the 9/11 attacks, all of the papers that you have concerning the Saudi involvement. There is so much more than just the 28 pages. It's the tip of the iceberg, and we want all of it.
Yeah, we're coming up to the 15th anniversary of September 11th. So for people like you, who had someone who died in the Twin Towers and died on that day, there must be such incredible frustration and anger at the government, first the Bush administration and now the Obama administration, that this government, both administrations are holding back vital information.
Absolutely. It's frustrating. It's painful. It makes us all very angry. We want to know the truth. We deserve it, but so does our country. Our country can't be safe if we don't know what actually happened prior to 9/11 and how those 19 hijackers were in our country, how those support networks were financed. If we don't know that truth, we can't protect ourselves, because I think the cells still exist. We don't admit that they were there, so they've never been taken down. This is something that Bob Graham has said time and time again. We need to get to the truth. And he's the one who's fought for it longer than anybody else. And if that man, the man that actually co-chaired the inquiry, has been demanding for these pages to come out for the last 15 years, then we really should be doing it.
Yeah, this is about as much about the future as it is about the past. Terry, thank you so much for making time for us.
Okay, thank you.
These families have been through so much.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that we still don't know what happened.
We're going to take a quick break now.